Oh shit, I don't remember.
Unfortunately, in this video, we're not talking about basketball. Today, we talk about a young mom of 3 who was found deceased after being missing for 5 days, leaving her loved ones and community in shock. And the details surrounding her demise didn't make it no better. According to local authorities, take a look at this picture. This young lady's remains was found inside of a drywall. And oh yeah, the man suspected in her death is her baby father,
Oh,
who
is
had
that
sought a
right?
restraining order just 5 days prior, only to be denied. And now he's arrested. Did the system fail him? What authorities had to say? What about the family of the suspect? What's the details surrounding her demise? In this video, we cover it all. So in this video, I plan on exploring the implications of restraining orders in domestic situations. Take a closer look at the home that was purchased in 2022, where the young girl was found deceased, and hear from the family grappling with the loss. We'll also hear from the law enforcement from Prince George's County and the district attorney. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. So fam, first thing first, let's cover what is a restraining order, at least for the state of Maryland for this video. Maryland has 2 main types of restraining orders: interim, which is temporary, and final protective orders. Interim orders can be issued quickly and last until a court hearing, while final orders can last up to 1 year or longer with renewal. To obtain a protective order, the petitioner must have a specific relationship with the person they want a restraining order on, like being a current or former spouse, or even someone they share a child with. But here's the thin line: grounds for insurance. A protective order can be issued if there is evidence of abuse, which includes physical harm, threats of harm, or harassment. So now we got the basics of what a protective order is. Before we continue with the video, I want to say one last thing concerning protective orders. The filing process can be a hassle. If you know, petitions can be filed for protective orders in the district court or circuit court. It's advisable to seek legal counseling by a judge during this process, even before that take place. So now that's squared away, less than 24 hours of me doing this video, a Maryland man has been arrested for the murder of his girlfriend inside his home in Capitol Heights. His girlfriend happens to be his baby mother as well. The suspect is 30 years old, identified as Devontae Gray of Capitol Heights, Maryland. He's charged with murdering his 29-year-old baby mother, a mom of 3, Alexis Schuler of Washington, D.C. Now, D.C. Police Department had contacted Prince George's County Police Department for assistance in the missing persons investigation. Alexis was initially reported missing to police by her mother Tawana on January 14, 2025. Her mother stated she had not seen her daughter since January 10, 2025, around 6 p.m. The descendant was last seen departing from her residence in Southeast D.C. with her boyfriend in his blue pickup truck. But see, here's the backstory. As part of that investigation, the Prince George's County Police Department executed a search warrant at the home of Gray on January 19, 2025 in Capitol Heights. Authorities were able to locate Alexis' remains according to authorities. Gray made extensive efforts to hide the victim's body inside his home. It was later determined that the victim had been shot in the head. May she rest in peace and level condolences to her family. But see, according to charging documents, Gray was pictured on surveillance video going in and out his home with construction materials while dressed in a full-body construction suit with gloves between January 12th to 13th of 2025. The materials appeared to be cement, sheetrock, cylinder blocks, chemicals, and large black storage containers and plastic bags. Now, I can't say the full address, but this house we about to mention was purchased in 2022 for a little more than $300,000. Check out some pictures of the inside.
Yo, they be getting over with these houses, brother. Let's see what 300,000
as I continue with the details. No officials executed a welfare check on January 14, 2025 on a 700 block on Larchmont Avenue in Capitol Heights. Upon arrival, officers noted a quote weird smell when entering the residence, but believed the dirty condition of the residence was to blame. You can only imagine how that house looked now compared to how it looked when he first bought it. Now, authorities returned to the home on January 19, 2025, 5 days later, and located a semi-automatic handgun inside the residence, along with fresh drywall, acetone, lemon, ammonia, and other cleaning construction items in the duplex. Apparently, this is a house where some live downstairs and some live upstairs. Members of the Prince George's County Fire Department and other officials assisted in removing.
It got a little... It's ugly outside, But it looked decent in the inside.
Drywall in the residence, where a quote makeshift tom was discovered under the stairs. Now, for those who don't know what that is, like I didn't before doing this video, a synonym is like burying place. It's a large stone structure or underground room where someone, especially an important person, is buried. Now, according to authorities, a foot was visible and believed to belong to Alexis. Gray was taken into custody at the scene. He confessed to murdering Alexis. Authorities believe he killed the victim during the dispute. He was charged with first-degree murder and related charges and is in custody. But it's also important to know this. On the 9th, Gray had called authorities to his house in Capitol Heights for a restraining order. He wasn't given one. And since we know all the facts now, I wanted you guys to hear from the DA, the police, and the family. It was an hour-long press conference. We're going to chop down about 15 minutes. Check it out.
I'm going to introduce now our Chief of Police, Malik Aziz.
Yeah, you guys gonna come over here? I don't wanna, it's a lot of movement going on. Okay. All right. Good morning. Thank you guys for being here. This morning I'll be addressing a homicide that took place in Capitol Heights, Maryland, that has left our community in shock and a family in mourning. On January 18th, the Metropolitan Police Department of DC contacted the Prince George's County Police for assistance locating Alexis Schuler, who had been reported missing on January 14th. With the assistance of Police Chief Daryl Morgan in the Capitol Heights Police Department, the Prince George's County Police Department issued a search warrant at the home of Devontae Gray of Larchmont Avenue in Capitol Heights. While inside the house, our homicide detectives and evidence team, along with the Prince George's County Fire Department, located Ms. Schuler's remains inside a newly constructed wall. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner determined that the victim had been shot. Devontae Gray was taken into custody at the scene. During questioning, Gray confessed to murdering Ms. Schuler and was charged with first-degree murder and related charges.
Damn.
Gray is now in the custody of Prince George.
He gonna get even more time because, boy, you planned it out. You tried to hide it. So he pretty much gone.
County Department of Corrections. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victim's family and the loved ones during this difficult time.
Most
Some of the
definitely.
family members are here today.
Trying to catch your breath? Because I see you hopping between softwares all day instead of using Connect Team, the all-in-one platform.
Last year, there were 21 domestic-related homicides in our county, indiscriminately affecting families across all demographics of race, age, and socioeconomic status. Each act of violence shatters lives, leaves behind deep pains that last for generations to come.
Okay.
We must speak out against this violence, especially domestic violence, that steals our safety, our feeling of safety, our security. Some of these things I talked about just last week. Crimes are not just stats to us.
Aunt Kizzy,
Aunt Kizzy.
Cousin Derek, Cousin Sade, and Cousin Dwayne.
Yo, I used to have a crush on a girl named Sade. Oh
Derek
my
has a
God,
statement
that
he'd
girl
like
was
to
so
read.
pretty to me, bro. Damn.
On behalf of our family, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who came together in the search for Alexis Schuler. Although the outcome is not what we had hoped, we take solace in knowing that Alexis has been found and we now have the closure to lay her to rest in peace. We want to extend a special thank you to Detective Howard for his unwavering dedication, even taking calls on his days off and collaborating tirelessly with the Prince George's County Police Department. We also deeply appreciate the efforts of Corporal Laurie, Detective Stout Marshall, and Officer Montgomery, who worked diligently to bring answers to our family. We are profoundly grateful to my mom, Kizzy, our cousin at the Wright Family Foundation, Ward 8 Councilman Trayon White, cousins Monet, Kunaje, and Alexis Angels, her close friends, Jayla, London, Deja, Michael, and Dabrion, as well as the many strangers who shared posts and prayed for Alexis. Your support and compassion mean more than words can express. It is because of your collective efforts that Alexis was found and her case was solved in record time. This list of thank yous is long because it truly took a community coming together to give us the closure we needed. Alexis will be
He's a
deeply missed,
strong
and
man.
there is a void in our family
'Cause a lot of
that can
people
never
won't
be
be able to
filled.
get
Her
up there
3
and do
children
this.
will no longer feel their mother's embrace or
You're
hear their
breaking up a
mother's
little bit
voice.
now.
And all she wanted was to come home to them.
Yeah, 3
We want to
children,
take this
bro.
moment to shed light on the reality of domestic violence. Alexa's story is a painful reminder that this is not what love looks like. Someone who truly loves you would never do what Devontae Gray did to her.
No shit. No shit. I don't even need to hear no more.
Before uh, from from Chief Morgan, from the state attorney, Brave Boy. It is domestic violence is real. People are, whether they're calling the police or they're letting family members know, it's very real. So I think there's always an
Two people that
indication when someone is involved in.
Two people, I be feeling like this sometimes. Sometimes, not it's not a majority. It's sometimes two people that just do not know how to let it go, and they be doing little crazy things in reaction because they don't want to leave each other alone. He trying to get back. She trying to get back. If y'all was to just understand, leaving somebody alone is hard. Leaving somebody alone is hard, but bro, sometimes that's what you gotta do. You just gotta move on sometime, man. You gotta move on sometime.
Domestic situations that it won't end well. It's going to be a problem, and so I can safely say that. If you want to talk about more specifics about that address, then I have Chief Morgan here. He may want to address part of that.
Just briefly, we had a few calls to that residence over the last 6 to 8 months, dealing with those individuals, but nothing noteworthy that would have leveled up to an arrest or an investigation. Basically, just complaints on one another.
So they been going back and forth. They been going back and forth.
He sought protective order to charge you. And State's Attorney, I see that you get up as well. So for you as well.
I was just gonna...
do your officers advise in these situations? I mean,
well, can I just say this? From what we can see, that the protective orders that he sought were not granted, that there was essentially no legal basis to grant the protective order. So people can seek protective orders, and actually the standard is relatively low to get a protective order. So I think it is significant that he was not granted a protective order when he sought it.
And
looking at this
wait,
case,
what?
I mean, I don't even ask a question like this. I mean, after she was already gone by the time police were called in, right?
I cannot hear the questions.
Our first visit in the month of January was on January 9th, where we actually saw her driving by the residence when we responded to his call for complaint. So she was alive. We know on January 9th. On the 14th, when we went back for a welfare check based on a request from MPD, there was nobody in the house at the time when we went to that location.
Oh, dang.
How much effort was there required to find the body inside that stairwell?
Well, as you know, and this is a legal standard, we can't just go into the house without a search warrant. And the Prince George's County Police Department was able to obtain one and go through that process with identifying the location.
I guess that subsequent to that, after that happened, when you knew that there could be a body somewhere inside the house, like what drew you to the stairwell, and how hard was it to discover the body inside?
I'm going to turn it over to the chief in a second, but I do want to say this. We worked very quickly with the Metropolitan Police Department, who in turn worked very quickly with Prince George's County. You're talking probably less than 5 days, which seems like a lot, but it's very quickly for investigation. And based on evidence and video and so forth, the county was able to get county police was able to get a search warrant. But until then, we actually were in the house when the house was vacant, and on the 14th, and we didn't see any evidence of foul play.
One question, just to be clear, Ray and Julia had a child together. And with that being said, with this, I know the county's in regards to addressing family violence in the county.
Did you know that Amazon has a $50 million fund that they have to pay out every month? And here's how you.
What does this fall into that?
This is domestic violence. It could be family, it could be intimate partner. There's an indication that they were not necessarily still in a girlfriend-boyfriend type relationship, but they do have a child in common. So we still consider her a special victim, which is why our special victims unit is handling the prosecution of the case. But this is violence against a woman who was 29 years old, who deserved to be here. She was a mother of 3. So it's, classifying it one way or another is.
Look at this. Check it out, though. I'm keeping it straight, honey, man. We don't know what that girl's doing. We don't know what they was up to. We don't know what they had going on. Yes, everybody deserves to live, but some people, bro, some people can push a mother to that point, and all chaos goes loose. And I'm not saying he right. I ain't saying he right at all, but brother, come on, bro. Like, you gotta understand, like, some people be pushing that button. Some people be doing little things that be like, yo, is you for real, bro? Are you for real? Like, playing a lot of games, but I never feel like it's time where, like, you should pull out a gun and be like, yo, this and that, on your baby mom, this and that. Man, but what if she was trying to keep him away from his child with, like, what if she she just gave him that's when you can just go to courts. You just go to courts. If she trying to keep you away from the child and all this other stuff. But, like, bro, everybody's brain ain't processed that way. It's sad. It's just real life. Everybody's brain is not processed to be like, oh, I'm going to go to the courts. Some people brains, red light pop up in their head, man. They ready to kill something.
I think it's important for statistical purposes, but for the human purpose, it almost doesn't matter. She should be here.
Hey, everybody should be, huh? But they not. So, what I'm going to say about that one is I'm out.